Right. The next one is if you want to access individual items, I told you in Python, the index starts with 0. Therefore, for example, if you want to access the first item, I can say, okay, number list 0, which will give me the first element. If you want to get the second element, you have to say number list 1, which is how we can access each individual items. There are two methods that you can actually use to add items. For example, if you have a number list, we have 5 numbers here. Let's say you want to add something to the end of the list. You normally use append method, which will add an item to the end of the list. So if you print the number list again, you will notice that the 29 is added to the end of the list. But if you want to add something where you in a precise location, then we can use insert. So for example, number list, we can say insert. We can specify the index. Let's say I'm going to add it as a second item. That means index is 1. And let's say I'm going to put 20. So now if you print the list, you can notice that I have added 20 into the index 1. Right. Then let's say you want to change some value. Let's say I'm going to use number list, let's say 0, 1, 2. If I make it to 20, right? Now if you print, you can see the third value, we change it to 20. Plus a couple of ones. If you want to sort the values, we can say number list dot sort, which will sort the numbers in ascending order. But if you want to make it a descending order, then we will say, okay, reverse. We will say true. When you, sorry, it should be reverse true sort. That is a spelling mistake, right? It should be reverse. You can see it's in descending order. Last one, if you want to delete something, you can use del keyword or remove. For example, if you want to delete the first item, you can say del number list 0, which will remove the first item. And let's say you want to remove value. So we can say number list dot remove, let's say 20, which will remove 20. But remember, since we have multiple values, it will remove only the first occasion, right? That means it will remove the first occurrence of the same number, right? So I hope you got the basic understanding about the lists. Right. The next one that I would like to discuss is dictionaries. Right. The dictionary data structure again very important and extensively used. In this one, you will see we have key value pairs. Now, list, we have numerical index, right? But in dictionary, you can have any key value pairs. So for example, if I create a number dictionary, usually you start with curly brackets, and then you can specify key and value pairs. So here the key is 1 and the value is ichi. Then key is 2, the value is ni. The key is 3. and then the value is sum, right? So with that, we create the dictionary. So if you print the dictionary, right, you can see key value pairs. So printing keys will be easy. You can use a for loop. Yes, you will get keys. But then if you need the values, so it should be, I forgot the brackets. Or you can use, if you need both, then you use items. Right? So this is how we may actually use right. So the next one is, if you want to access, you can access it. Let's say you want to access the very first value. So we can say, okay, number diction. And then you can use a key. For example, in my case, it's 1, which gives us itchy. So there are two ways that actually you can do. So we can also use number dictionary and get method. And like you can use a key value like this. So those are the two techniques that you can actually access the key one. Okay, now this is what we have in the dictionary. We have 3 values. Let's say you want to add another one. So adding a 1 is easy. You have to provide a key and a value pair. So which will add it to the dictionary. And if you want to change, again, you use the key. So for example, same thing, but let's say instead of yon, I'm using she. Yes, and then the dictionary changes like this. Removing, of course, you can use del keyword. You can use del to remove the item. So uh, that's about basically the data structures part. Of course, you can refer the notes for the other two, but mainly I want to focus on the list and the dictionaries. Right. Last one, the slicing also I would like to discuss now. For example, if you take a string, string can be considered as a list. Like, for example, let's say string. I'm going to use peradeni. Now, when you say string peradenia, although this is a string, this will be a list of characters, right? So if you want to access the first item, I can use S note, which will give you the first character. Second one, 1. It will be like this. Similar to that, let's say I want to access the last element, I can use minus. We call it backward indexing. So when you say -1, it means you are going to access it from the end, the first one. Then -2 will be the the next one, right? So forward indexing and backward indexing. So similar to that, you can actually access any substring as well, right? Now, so for example, let's say I want to access from start, let's say the first 4 characters, I can put it like this. It'll pay right. So simply you can, if you start with 0, you don't have to specify, just colon will be enough for you to access, right? So that's one way to access each of these elements. Actually, you can start from anywhere you want. Like for example, let's say I want to start with, let's say 4. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Okay. So we'll put 10 then. It calls linear then. Right. So you can just say 4 colon because you don't have to specify the last part. Right. So this is called slicing. This could be used for even for list as well. Now, similar to that, let's say you want to get a string. For example, let's say we want to go from 3, 10 to, it'll come like this. So after 3 to 10, with a step of 2. Actually, you don't have to put, 10 here. You can colon 2 would be suffice because 10 is the, it goes up to the end, right? Now, similar to that, if you want to do something like this, is let's say -1, is C spare then here. Is let's say -1, that means you start with the A. Okay, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -11. Okay, with the step of -1. It goes like this, going from, right, last element to the first element. Right? So that you can simply say colon -1, which is the same because you are specifying first and the last, right? So same outcome. Okay, I think this is sufficient for you to get the background or the revised Python programming stuff. My suggestion is you better revise before we come to our next session, right? But just to see where you are standing, I would like to have a small quiz just to see your knowledge in programming. Very small one. We have about like 15 minutes.